Hey, it's your girl, Nettie B.
And it's Rima L, and you are tuned in to the Sugar and Spouse podcast, where we'll discuss all the sugar, aka the tips and tricks to make your wedding planning journey a bit sweeter.
And don't forget the spouse, which are ways to keep that spark alive before and after the I-dos. We'll also highlight professional vendors. So without further ado, let's get into it.
You guys customize the makeup and hair look for that bride.
Mm-hmm. So what we do is we actually prefer that all of our brides do a bridal preview. When they come in for a bridal preview, they usually send me pictures. So I ask them to send me photos of their inspo photos for hair, their inspo photos for makeup, and then I also tell them to send me a picture of them without makeup on and with their natural hair. That way I can see which stylist to place with them. So they'll come into a bridal preview. They'll come to our suite in Linden. And we usually spend max 3 hours with our brides doing the bridal preview, and we only do them on Sundays. So the key look is we're very intimate. Like, we're all about like making sure we feel a vibe out, making sure we got a good connection with our clients, making sure our clients are super happy. That's like my main thing. Like, I always want to make sure that the clients are happy and they're getting everything that they need to get for their wedding. And this is a huge day for them. So we got to make sure that we're on point in every single area and every time we meet with them. So for the bridal preview, we spend about 3 hours with you. You could bring your accessories for your wedding day. You can bring your veil so you can try it on. And during your bridal preview, you get to vibe with your makeup artist and your hairstylist who you're going to be with for your wedding day. So you also get to make those changes right then and there. I feel like a lot of times I've heard brides say, I hated my bridal preview, or this is like my 4th preview. And I'm always like, why are you doing 4? Or like, why you asking to change whatever you didn't like at that time. Right. And I realized that it's really not the client's job to do that. It's the stylist's job to do that. So on our end, what we do is we give our brides the opportunity to tell us the things that they like, the things that they don't like. If they don't like that lash when they in here for their bridal preview, we got to try on another lash. If they don't like the lip, we got to take that lip off and try on another one. If they thought that they wanted a low bun to the back, and then now they want a high one, we're gonna have to switch that up. So as long as it's an easy transition, we usually let them try like as many styles as they want and change their look up. With the makeup, always starting with a little bit and adding more later if we need to. But during that time, like, it's just a very intimate experience, and that's how we give our brides their customized key look.
Yes, and what I like about your business and what I believe is unique about it is that it is hair and makeup together as one team. I know when I was searching the world, Instagram and everything else, looking for makeup artists or hairstylists, they didn't know each other. They were separate. I think my hairstylist was somewhere out in Philly and the makeup artist was out here in Rockland. So it's like, when they came, they weren't on the same page. The timing, I had to contact them so they knew what time to start. But at least with you guys, you have it all at one-stop shop.
Yes. And another thing that I do, so that, because sometimes we're not doing all the makeup and hair at a wedding, or we're not doing we're either doing makeup or we're doing hair, or we're doing both. So what I also like to do is I like to reach out to vendors. I think as a vendor, you should, even if you're not just a coordinator, I'm talking about everybody. I think you should always introduce yourself to all of the vendors that are going to be working on that wedding, so that you guys get an understanding and see what's going on before you actually even get there. When it comes to, sometimes we work with other makeup artists or we work with other hairstylists, and I'm always telling the bride, I'm like, give me their contact information. That way I can reach out to them and I can introduce myself to them and let them know what we have going on. Because if we're both on the same page, then the wedding day is going to go smooth. We're makeup and hair. Start the day. So a lot of times, even if we don't do all the makeup and hair, I still want to reach out to that other vendor, and I want to make sure that our schedules are aligned and we're good to go, so that on the wedding day, our bride don't have to worry about that. We might not be vibing like we normally do because it's not our whole team, but at least we're all on the same page, and it cuts down a lot of chaos.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. My experience was that I think even though my makeup artist and photographer knew of each other, I'm not sure if they really knew each other, but it felt like my photographer was like rushing my makeup artist like throughout the day, like asking them about timing and stuff like that when they're clearly like trying to do our makeup. And you know, it would have been great if they were already on the same page and had that, you know, at least had the respect of each other so they understood like what everyone was doing.
Yes.
And you do destination weddings as well, right?
Yes.
And so that's another reason why it's like really unique and cool that you have a team that does everything, because as a Black bride doing destination wedding, if we're not going to a destination that's specifically with mostly Black people there, and even then it's hard. It's hard to find somebody. People didn't. I got married in Mexico in Cabo, and we had such a hard time with the hair and makeup finding them because people were trying to charge me extra just for the texture of my hair. Like they wrote that, like, yeah, curly hair, an extra $100. Oh, this is the fee for straight hair. This is the fee for curly hair. And we scoured, but we did find a really good person. But just to say, like, if we knew about you guys, that would be great. Just just call you, you know. And then you know, especially it's even hard for people to get locks done in other places. So that's really awesome. I love that you offer that.
Yeah, it really is. Locks are hard, and natural hair. Like I know a lot of stylists. I don't see many stylists doing natural hair for weddings or like doing lock styles. Like some of these girls have to go to the people that they've been going to before, and it's like there's a difference between getting your hair done for just a special occasion and then getting your hair done for your wedding.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Different things.
Absolutely.
So it's like you want a different experience with that too, being as though it's your wedding day. But our brides who have locks, like we retwist them, we style them. Even our bridesmaids, if they want any styling done to their locks. I like that we're very inclusive to everybody. And especially just having something for Black women because we don't have it. Like, we really don't have it. We don't have the luxury to be able to find tons of Black-owned bridal hair and makeup teams for your wedding.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And also, like, a team that knows each other. Like, me and these girls, we work together all the time. We always vibing when we go to the weddings. And the brides love that. They're always like, the way y'all just, like, in touch with each other and like the way y'all vibe with each other is just amazing. I'm like, yeah, like these my girls. And even when I'm not there, they're still just like doing it. Like I went away to Italy. I went on a little trip around Europe. I was like in a few different countries, and they were back here doing weddings, like busting them out, like killing it. I went away to Turks and Caicos. They had weddings during that time. They just won it. Like, I
love that. That's a good team. That's a strong team. So you don't have to worry.
Yeah, and it shows consistency from the boss down. Everybody's on the same page. I really love that. So, and speaking of weddings, you know, let's speak to, I guess, our budget-friendly brides, because sometimes these things start to add up and get a little crazy for the pockets. So, do you have any tips for that bride who probably can do their own makeup or know some things about makeup and want to do it themselves?
Like you said, brides that want to do it themselves?
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest like doing a class. And getting some makeup tips, or even just like watching some videos and just practicing. What got me to be the makeup artist that I am today, I didn't originally just like have these skills. I literally just practiced. So I would say like if you do, because I think I'm gonna want to do my own makeup for my wedding too. So I would definitely say like just definitely practice and do your research too. And also there's a lot of Facebook groups out here for brides where they all help each other other. Like I think that's where we're getting noticed a lot. I've been having like tons of brides from these Facebook groups.
Yeah.
I'm like, where you hear about us from? They're like, a Facebook group. They like love y'all. I'm like, what Facebook group are they talking about? So apparently, like, there's Facebook groups for just brides out here where they all just like helping each other with everything and just. So I would definitely say maybe joining a community of a community like a Facebook group of brides who've been here before and done this, and kind of see what they're thinking, because getting the best insight would be from somebody who's done it before. When I'm on the phone with my brides, I try to give them as much information as I possibly can. So that they can come to me for anything, even if you don't decide to book with me. Like, you can ask me questions. Like, I'm always open for that. So definitely like joining communities, doing some research, reading reviews on whoever you are thinking about working with, and then really just like figuring out maybe shopping the market a little bit first to see what the budget is around for everybody. So if you have a budget of like $1,000 for, $1,000 for a photographer, maybe see if that's the proper budget to have for a photographer in that area, because in different areas there's different costs. Like if you go down to Florida and Georgia, you might get makeup $100 per person, even a bride $100. If you come up here, you're looking at more like $200 and $300, maybe sometimes $400 and $500. So you just kind of want to shop the market and see like what it's like in your area first, and then taking it from there.
That's a good tip.
Good tip. So, speaking of this, DIY versus professional makeup and hairstyling, when do you think brides should consider doing either other? Like, what are your tips that would help you decide to lean either way or not?
Definitely start thinking about it a year before, because the good ones be booking up. And I'll be offering discounts. So you get me on the phone at the right day or right time, we vibing on the right angle, I might say, girl, you get 20% off today. I'm like, so you never know. That's so funny, because I did that last time. I really like her. I'm gonna give her a discount.
Nice. So while we're talking about that, when is the perfect time? So like, let's say a person got engaged today. Like, when do you think is a good time to start scouting their team, the makeup artists, hairstylists?
I would say after you secure your venue. Once you secure your venue, then you could just go for it and look for everything. Yeah, once the venue is secured, go for it. Usually the venue is secure a year and a half before the wedding. Sometimes 2 years before. So as soon as that venue is secured, just start looking at it, because especially if it's 2 years before, because then you get to take advantage of the old pricing. I don't know. I'm usually other companies work this way, but we change our pricing every November. So some brides who booked their 2024 wedding back in early 2022, they have the 2022 pricing.
Right.
So every year the price is going to raise. Most companies raise their prices every year. So the quicker you get on it to secure it, the better it is. So like I said, usually the venue is booked out a year and a half to 2 years before the wedding. So you might as well start getting on it now. I tell all the 2025 brides that reach out to us, I'm like, we're kind of still in 2023 pricing, so you can still take that, or you can wait. So the longer you wait, the more expensive it would be. So
that's a good point. Okay. So let's say now we asked about the DIYs and the brides who may want to do their own makeup if they know a bit about makeup. So what are like must-have products and tools to make sure that it's a long-lasting, picture-perfect look?
So you definitely need primer. That's number one. First, you need your skincare routine. Like you need to make sure your skincare routine is on point before that wedding day. What I usually do is I help my brides with their skincare routine when they come to their preview. And then we also send out a prep email 30 days before the wedding day so they can start getting prepared. Your skin is gonna change 30 days. If you're starting to use some new skincare, give it 30 days, you'll start to see some results, which is why I usually send them like a prep email a month before. That way everybody can start getting in the flow of washing every day and night, making sure they're making sure they exfoliate, moisturize. So I would say get on your skincare first. Like once you find out that you're about to be having a wedding, girl, you better start with that skincare and get a routine. So that's number one. Then you want to make sure that you have primer. Primer is going to help your makeup last as well. So that you want a really good foundation. You also want to make sure that you have a good concealer and some setting powder for a definite. That's gonna make your makeup last a little bit longer. And then you also want to use setting spray. So those are like definitely some must-haves. Making sure you got a good primer, something that targets either hydration, pores, mattifying, whatever you need. You want to make sure whatever you want your skin to be like.
Right.
You want to make sure that you get a primer for that. So you need more hydration, you need mattifying, you need to minimize your pores, you need to get a primer for that. You want to make sure that you have a really good foundation. I would definitely say using a really good concealer as well, something that is waterproof, something that's creaseless, that works really well. And then make sure you have a setting powder. That's going to help your makeup last, and it's also going to smooth everything out. And then you also want to have your setting spray. So those are some must-haves. Like you got to have these things, because if you don't got no eyes or anything else, you got complexion.
Yeah.
If
you can't go wrong with that.
Eyes, at least you know how to do your complexion. And that'll work.
Definitely
that'll work.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. So what we also want to ask you, people want to get in touch with you and they're thinking about booking. What is like pricing? Like what does your prices look like? And how do we contact and book you?
Yes. So contacting and booking us is through our website, thekeylook.com/book-now. Our pricing is the same for styling. So we have very basic prices. It's not like if you got straight hair, if you got curly hair, everybody pays one price. So for bridal hair and makeup right now, we're charging basic bridal hair and makeup, we're charging $550. If you want to add any clip-ins or some extensions, like some maybe skip track extensions, it's $600. If we're going to be doing a lock-free twist and style for you and makeup for your wedding day, these are all and makeup and makeup services. I think it is $650. If you want to do a wig application and makeup, and with the wigs, we install the wigs for you, we customize it and pluck it out for you, make sure the knots is bleached. And it also comes with styling as well. And we color the hair if you need to, because sometimes the wigs come in a natural color, and some of our brides want that natural black or jet black. So all of that comes with it, and that is I think $700 for hair and makeup with the wig application. And then for if you're gonna do an install, like a versatile sewing, a frontal sewing, a 360 sewing, closure sewing, traditional sewing, if you want to do any kind of sewing of that nature, it is I think $850 for both hair and makeup. For just a bride hairstyling or just a bride makeup basic is $325. For any additional guests that choose to do makeup is $300 for hair and makeup. And then if they decide one or the other, this is like moms, bridesmaids, grooms, whoever, it's $175 for either just makeup or just hair.
Does the hair come included?
No, the hair is not included.
Okay. Well, even with the hair not included, these prices are awesome. These are good prices for hair and makeup. And plus, it's a one-stop shop.
Yes.
I'm sold.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm like, I probably would have been on that consultation call with you for like 2 hours. Like, Yeah.
We would have been chatting it up.
Chatting it up, like.
Yes,
I have
yes.
the best consultation calls.
Yeah.
All right. So, lastly, if you were to give one piece of advice to a bride, a groom, bridesmaid, anyone in the wedding party when it comes to their wedding day beauty, what would it be?
If they don't got reviews, don't book them. If you can't see them reviews, do not book it. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you read other people's experiences because that is super key when you finding a makeup and hair vendor. Make sure you read those reviews. And if they don't have reviews, they probably don't have experience in the industry. So just be careful. We're in the professionals are in the same realm as people who aren't really doing this. So I just want to make sure that you get in the best you can possibly get for your big day. So just make sure you read reviews. If they don't got it, don't be bugging them because you don't
love
know
it. I love it. Love it. So,
yes.
now what we do at the end at each episode of I can't even speak, but what we do at the end of each episode, we like to pick a song in our Sweet Tunes and add it to our YouTube playlist. But as our guest today, we would like you to add a song to our Sweet Tunes playlist. So if you could pick a song that can be used in any aspect of the wedding, the ceremony, coming into the reception, what song would that be?
Ella May, this is.
Oh,
I love that.
My song.
That is a good song.
That's a great pick. I love that song. Ooh,
Yeah.
love it. Oh,
I'm the R&B queen of the love songs. I be having a playlist at the weddings.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to add that to our playlist. And guys, you know, you can check that out on YouTube or Apple.
Yes. We have it all set. And we also post them on Instagram too. But that's a great pick. That's going to be like top Sweet Tunes pick. But
because it's such a good song. Like, I'm going to go listen to it in the car soon.
I'm going to throw it on after this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you, guys.
You're
if you want to get your good hair and makeup done, check the Key Look out. They would love to have you.
Guys, book early because she's about to book up real quick.
Listen, Slice is going fast.
Slice is going fast.
Yes. And don't forget, you can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So, until next time.
All right.
Bye.